Hello, loves. I was gonna write a post, then I was gonna do a video, then I was just gonna leave it alone, then I was gonna write a post. This is how the energy is right now. Today feels much lighter for me, but the energy has been quite intense. Like I mentioned a few days ago, we're going through a deep reorientation process. This feels like we're going through an upgrade to our own communication system, our own connection to source, our own connection to earth, to the cosmic womb. And I also feel like it's happening at a larger planetary scale, but each of us are feeling it and experiencing it in our own unique way. Many of you who have already gone through a dark night of the soul are probably almost noticing that there's some similar energies, but that you're not having really a hard time with it because you're sort of noticing that death to rebirth process and just sinking into it and allowing it to work its magic, where when you're going through that deep dark night of the soul, it's breaking down the ego, it's breaking down the control mechanisms and the protective mechanisms. And now that you've gone through such a big detox with that, there's still more waves of transformation and awakening, and it feels like we're going through a massive consciousness upgrade. But for those of you who have softened your systems into the surrender, you're able to just allow this process to occur much more gently than, say, in the past, you might have had more resistance. So, with this being said, I've also been picking up on the potential that there is another wave of the collective that is actually embarking on that dark night of the soul energy, where if they have not gone yet through that transformative fire, they may be feeling the intensity of those flames of purification ramping up. So, for those of you who connect with the divine feminine, divine masculine collective dynamics, you may be witnessing this in your connection. You may see it in your relationships. You may, like I said, you might be feeling it within your own essence in a different way than the past. So, what's coming through for me to share right now is that many divine feminines have gone through that dark night and have gone through a lot of the transformation. And so, like I said, you're sort of feeling the waves, but you're riding the waves versus running away from the waves or fighting the waves. You're sort of like grabbing your surfboard and jumping on. And so, what's happening is you're in this process, but you're experiencing it from the eye of the storm. And it's what's happening is that because you're surrendered, because you're more and more in alignment with where you're actually intended to be at a soul level, the waves are moving you to where you're meant to be. But also, instead of you being pushed or forced into certain things, what's happening is you're aligning to where you're meant to be, the world, the people, the places, the things, the opportunities that you are meant to experience and that are meant to experience you are being moved and realigned to orient to your center. And this is not because in this hierarchy way, in a sense, like you're better. It's not about that. It's about the fact that you're in alignment with the higher alignment. You're embodying it. You're not controlling it. You're not pushing. You're not pressuring. You're literally reorganizing and reorienting your essence to be aligned with the highest potential. So that is having a positive and beautiful effect on the people, places, and things that are meant to connect and align with you on that highest timeline, because it's allowing their systems to reorient to that highest timeline as well. So, this is why it's so incredibly powerful to learn how to surrender, to learn how to accept things as they are, not because you're settling, but the very opposite, because you're aligning with what is meant for you. You're becoming the version of you that is capable of holding it, and you're stabilizing in that truth, and you're holding steady even when there's not necessarily physical information to confirm the truth of it. But what is happening in this space is that so many of us have reached this critical mass, knowingly or unknowingly. Enough people, enough energies have stabilized in their own embodiment, in parts of their awakening process. Enough of the planetary consciousness has transformed where we're going through another consciousness upgrade on a mass level right now. And another thing that has come deeply to my awareness for the last few weeks, but I haven't mentioned it, as the Tibetan monks have graced us with their gorgeous energy. They've come down from their meditative mountain, and they're currently walking the streets of the eastern seaboard here in America. Today, at the time I'm recording this, they are reaching Charlotte, North Carolina. And I know a lot of you are new here, but for any of you that have been here with me for a while, I've spoke about the importance of my connection with the eastern seaboard of the United States and how the healing of the eastern seaboard, the lands, it represents the divide between the masculine and feminine. It represents these lands and the restoration back to the true energies of earth as we heal the divide within, as we come into unity consciousness. And here we have the monks have heard our prayers. They've come to assist, boots on the ground, some of them barefoot on the ground, walking to plant deeper seeds in forests of peace. And they are having an incredibly powerful presence, energy here and across the planet. For any of you who want to check that out, I'm following them over on Facebook. I don't do a lot on Facebook, but I'm glad that I'm there and just present to witness this and just feel the level of heart opening. And I could like get teared up right now, the heart opening, the peace, the hope that they are bringing just with their presence. And this is why I'm sharing this, because as you are embodying your truth, your peacefulness, you are having your own positive effect on the planet, on your community, on your people. And yes, we hold a different role than the monks, but in some levels, it's similar. We just are boots on the ground all of the time. And so the fact that they're meeting us and holding with us is so powerful and so greatly and deeply appreciated. But it felt important to acknowledge their presence and the peace they're bringing, and also to connect you deeper to the part of you that has been working on your own process of bringing peace and hope and love and unity to the planet, to yourself, to your community by working this process of embracing all of the parts of yourself. Okay. And we're feeling this momentum building. And again, acknowledging the monks' presence, acknowledging this grassroots movement that's happening as a planetary collective, but also as each of you as individuals, and the importance of you as a sovereign being, and how your light, your energy, your love, your peace adds to the greater energy of the collective consciousness. You're adding your love and your light and your presence to the bigger overarching um, consciousness shift. And it feels so, so important to acknowledge it. And it makes total sense to me why these last few months, I kept being shown that the feminines were being called to take down more of their walls and their defense mechanisms. And as those of you who have been with me have realized, it's led to us be embarking on deeper states of internal union with our inner masculine, our inner child, which is also then translating to deeper acceptance of the external masculine and the masculine energies, which is just contributing to this overall collective pattern, repatterning, reorienting back to our natural nature as humans, as a planet, and just allowing this ascension evolution process to continue to unfold, trusting that whatever it is that you're doing, as long as you're following your heart and your truth, you're contributing in that process. It's not about perfection. We're looking for progress over perfection. Okay, my loves, we are learning how to embody, we're learning how to come into union with ourselves. And we're doing it by our willingness to be vulnerable and say, hey, we're working on these parts of ourselves. We're showing up. We're willing to not be perfect and allow ourselves to learn and to embody into the new ways of being by showing up together in unity, in partnerships, in community, in connections, and friendships, and camaraderie, and reciprocity. And I'm so excited that this is where we are and what's opening. But if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling guided to stay still, rest, sleep, be still, move as you're guided with inspired action. Breathe fresh air, take gentle walks, whatever supports your process of your presence, of your peacefulness. And know that when it's time for you to take action, you will be guided. In the meantime, you just keep allowing this transformation, this rebirth, this upgrade to your consciousness to continue to unfold. Because that is, my friends, exactly what I'm continuing to do. And just allowing it to keep working, allowing ourselves to open up in new ways to the new templates, the new relationship templates, the new ways of being, but the ways that we always really truly wanted in our heart and soul. And the beauty is that as we're learning to embody and accept those parts of ourself, we're having the capacity to hold that with others. And of course, like I said, we're learning, we're in process. This is the embodiment. This is the building. This is the creation. This is the co creation. So just allow yourself to enjoy the experience. Be proud of yourself that you're at this space where you're able to enjoy the process of transformation because you've learned how to grab your surfboard and flow with the waves, no matter how big they get. Okay. Always care for yourself. Always hold yourself however you feel guided. And just know that I see you, I feel you, I appreciate you, and I'm sending you so much love and so much peace for your transformation process. I would love to hear from you if you feel guided. Stay tuned. Yes, there's still more unfolding with this internal masculine feminine dynamic of integration of union energies, but allow yourself right now to just dance with it in whatever way feels aligned for you. Know that I'm here. All my information will be in the pinned comment. And I look forward to sharing more messages and more energy with you as it aligns. And again, I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Much love. Peace.